Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. As you might know, Donald Trump visits Saudi Arabia. And he was received over there with a lot of pomp and all that, and boom, boom, boom. A lot of jets copied how Putin was received by those guys with jets and flying around with flags and beautiful, beautiful. Why? Because Mr. Trump brings some goodies to the Saudis, and the Saudis gonna give Trump some goodies, which is great business, great. Remember, Mohammed bin Salman, until about few years, was considered a, Khashoggi, remember? But now, he's all good. I think, money talks. So whatever is going on, I have no evidence to support any allegations regarding these guys' involvement in Khashoggi's thing. But it was the CIA, I think, investigation, or FBI investigation on that said, all right, out of it. So Donald Trump came in front of all these multi-billionaires over there, including Elon Musk, who joined Trump in this trip. Not only, it was also the Commerce Secretary, the American Jewish representing the American Commerce Department, was over there too. Don't worry, he was over there with the eyes on what Trump is doing. So Trump makes three claims, or announces, vows, three things during a speech in front of everybody else. One, he says that he vows to lift sanctions on Syria. Well, who put sanctions on Syria in the first place? Everybody was ecstatic about it. Mohammed bin Salman, Mr. BS, was, who put those sanctions in and why? If you tell me because of Assad, all right, I'm telling you why. Because these guys behave like this, like parents to the children. I am in charge of you somehow, and if you do something I don't like, I will hurt you until you do what I tell you to do. Well, then that's the first topic. Second topic, or second vow, Trump gives or makes a deal with the Saudis and give the Saudi Arabia $142 billion in arms package. $142 billion. That's not a lot. The Saudis have a lot of billions because they work hard. So nevertheless, 142. If you look at Israel, probably there's going to be in 2 years arms package to Israel, but it doesn't really matter. That means the military-industrial complex is happy with Trump. Therefore, Trump can move away from Ukraine and give these guys a lot of commands, orders to work for the Saudis. All right? So he feeds the big cat to shut the fuck up and not meow all the time. That's what he does. Man, you don't have to send military over there to the Ukrainians. Stop Ukraine. I'm going to give Saudi Arabia what I would have given to Ukraine. Therefore, you're going to make your money. Just leave me the fuck alone. That's what it is right now. All right. So, and the third one, he also spoke about, Donald Trump, about Iran, the evil regime in Iran. And he made some claims that I was laughing my ass off. He made some claims that the Iranian government destroyed Iran's agriculture, like those guys have no more crops, zero crops. He made some claims, and I'm like, where did you pull these things off? Your butt? So let's discuss the first topic, the sanctions on Syria. Russia Today, 14th of May. Trump vows to lift sanctions on Syria. Why is that? Because Syria was turned into something that would follow these guys' orders, including the guys in the region. You know who I'm talking about? The US president said the step would help the new government in Damascus stabilize the situation in the country. Question for Trump. Yes. Who destabilized the situation in the country? Oh, the democratic forces who started an uprising about 12 years ago or something against Assad. Remember? Yeah. That's what started. Plus the Kurds, plus others. Well, if there's no democracy, things will go bad, right, Assad? We'll see how things will play. I think that it was done for the guys, the Shalom guys next door, not for our interest. But anyway, who's paying for that? If you're an American, you get a mirror and look in it. US President Donald Trump has said he will lift sanctions on Syria, reversing more than a decade. Why? Because the Syrians did not do what he wanted them to do with the democratic forces of policy aimed at pressuring Damascus. Can Damascus pressure United States of America for any wrongdoing United States of America might have done? The answer is, yeah, go ahead. Oh, so it is not based on logic, justice. It's based on this? Exactly. All right, let's move on. He added that he hoped for a fresh start. So daddy gives the son a fresh start with a transitional government of Ahmed al-Shara, the guy who is a reformed jihadist, not punished for his, past. All right, so this is the one. There is a new government that will hopefully succeed in stabilizing the country and keeping peace. Yeah, okay. Trump said in an investment forum in Riyadh on Tuesday. I watched it. I will be ordering the cessation of sanctions against Syria in order to give them a chance of greatness. Let me give you this, my Western friends. My Western friends, some of you know that it's not all to have a prosperous economy. That means to eat a lot, to buy stuff, to have stuff. For some people, some other things are more important. Like, for instance, having a healthy relationship with your family, having friends. I don't know, looking at the sunset doesn't cost anything, or a sunrise, or I don't know, maybe play chess with someone, or play Remy or something. That's for some. This is more, or go for a walk. Is more important than having things. They have chance of greatness with the money. Yes, money helps sometimes. A lot of money could be detrimental. Look how many people behaved. Get Mike Tyson if you want as an example. And people like him with a lot of money. That was detrimental to his health and life. He had a bad life, even though he had a lot of millions. So, I know, don't equate happiness with a lot of money. I know you don't, but I had the urge to say that. So when Trump talks only in the terms of money, we'll have prosperity. Yeah, but we're going to be empty inside. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be happy in that matter. You should be happy you have a job, to work like a modern slave, for other people to have a lot of money and live the good life. Some of them. That's the whole purpose. You have to be a little hamster on their spinning wheel. That's your happiness. And you're going to say, you eat a lot, you have things, but you can't be happy with them. Why? Because you're going to work like a modern slave. That's what you're going to do. You don't think so? I'm not talking about exceptions, because the exception is called an exception because of the general rule. Look around you. People barely make it. And they want more. What do? Work more. Sacrifice your life. And then you get what? 6. I want to retire, and you barely can walk. Anyway, let's move. Good job. Lifting sanctions is good. But we should not forget who instigated the shit over there in Syria and who created the garbage in Syria. And now fresh start. We'll see how this fresh start is. And I suspect it's going to be as it was in Iraq, the fresh start, in Libya, America's fresh start, in Afghanistan in 1994, now that we have it in the news, South Africa, fresh start. They took a shit, they destroyed, and then they left. Look at former Yugoslavia, Serbia. They left, they stopped things, and then they say, okay, now we destroyed, we leave. No. Actions have consequences. And now they say, I think Syria is going to be the same failed state as others in the region. Why? So we have a stable and dominant whom exactly? All right, let's go to the second topic. U.S. agrees to sell Saudi Arabia $142 billion dollars in arms package. Now, who do you think the boss is here? This is straight, this is curved. Anyway, this is a trillionaire, and this is a barely billionaire. Well, I'm not a billionaire, but anyway, I know numbers at least here and there. Between you and I, A lot of people commented that and I made a video on that, the soured relationship between Trump and, oh my God, look at that hair, meow, meow, he scratched my little hand. I was like, what is that? I've used, anyway. So I said, no, the Israel-US relations will not sour. Why? Because they are here. That's why. It sours between, let's say, Trump and Netanyahu, but not the main point. Is like you're upset with Gigi, who's an agent for FBI. Yeah, it's between you and Gigi, who's an agent for FBI, but not with FBI. FBI will fuck you up. So the same here. Yeah, you're upset with Netanyahu, but Netanyahu is not FBI. FBI is in your house, telling you what to do, when to do, what to Vitkov do, what to Blinken do, what to Albright, Madeleine Albright do, whatever the other guy, the commerce minister that I mentioned, Litkov, whatever, Litnik, they are here. They are here. Stefan Miller that I like is in his government, and many others that you don't see, but sometimes, pick them. And there are many of them. But, you don't see Romanians, but you see these guys. So they tell you what? You can't say they're smarter, because then we get in other things, You can't say. We're all the same. That's how we're told. Except some are better than us. A little bit chosen. But anyway, so Trump is not, or United States of America will not be allowed to drop Israel. That's the key word. Not be allowed. By whom? As I said, FBI is in your house. So Mohammed bin Salman is a partner, business partner. Remember, if the United States of America wants the kingdom of Saud to be done, the house of Saud to be done, and start with the house of Babub, we're going to start with the house of Babub. I guarantee you that. And Israel can do that if they want. Yeah, I believe, I know, based on not only on numbers, on previous actions, Israel, with the help of the United States of America, which, remember, is in your house, will do whatever they want with bin Salman. It's such a situation like, I am going to give you weapons, you are going to give me money. Now, if you don't give me money, I can, if I want, overthrow you. I will send my guys. You give me money and I give you weapons because you do what I tell you. This guy tells this guy. I'm sorry, not this guy tells this guy. Yeah, he can stay straight up and this guy bent because he's old. But action is these guys and who's behind these guys are having these guys by the balls. You don't like it? It's up to you, my friends. So this is not a deal. You buy my weapons, I have to feed my cat. All right, is meowing all over. Okay, I'll buy it. Just leave me be in power for the rest of my life. And then he's going to come back for more and I'm going to give you. Why? Because it's CIA can take care of Saudi Arabia if they want. Plus Mossad and maybe MI6. Together, they will change everything in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia was at war with Yemen until, 2 years ago? What did they do? How did they do? And not only it was a coalition, did you know that? Do you remember that Yemen was fighting a war against these guys for, I don't know, a few years? I can't remember how many years, but it was a coalition versus Yemen. Go and look at Yemen war. And the Americans, the Brits, these guys were behind Saudi Arabia, and Yemen still need not lose, or the Houthis. But they tell me about the Iran's aligned Houthis. You tried to destroy them and you couldn't. My friends, thank you very much for being with me again today. So that's how business as usual. I give you this, you give me this, and that's it. And regarding Syria, have you seen what happens in Libya right now? We don't want to hear about it. We don't point the finger to why. Like the Russians say, the root causes. No, because the root causes most likely gets to like a boomerang. And we can't do that because we are exceptional. We identify ourselves as exceptional. What everybody says, we're going to impose sanctions until they tell us that we are exceptional. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.